I made my daughter apologize to her stepsister in front of everyone, then I found out the truth and realized I might have lost her forever. I never thought I'd become the kind of parent who sides with someone else over their own child. But I did. And it didn't just break my daughter's trust, it broke something in her that I may never be able to fix. My name is Brian, I'm 42 now, divorced once and the father of a brilliant, artistic, introverted daughter named Emily. She's 17 today, almost an adult. But this story takes place 3 years ago when she was just 14. Back then, I had just gotten remarried to a woman named Vanessa. She had a daughter too, Kayla, who was also 14. Same age, same school, seemed perfect, right? It was. You know, when people talk about blending families, they show the happy side: new siblings bonding, new spouses working together, smiling holiday dinners. They don't talk about how ugly it can get underneath. When Vanessa and Kayla moved into our home, I was optimistic. Vanessa and I had dated for about 2 years and I really thought we had something solid. She was elegant, patient, good with Emily at first. And Kayla, she seemed shy, quiet, friendly even. Emily wasn't exactly extroverted herself, but I thought maybe they could build something together: friendship, even sisterhood. For the first couple weeks, things went smoothly. They shared a room, they laughed sometimes, they shared earbuds to listen to music. I saw little glimmers of connection and I thought this might actually work. But within a month things changed. Kayla started coming to Vanessa with tears in her eyes. She made fun of my weight. She said my makeup was trash. She told people at school I wet the bed. Vanessa believed her instantly. And when I asked Emily about it, she'd say the same thing every time. Dad, I swear I didn't say that. I'd look into her eyes trying to read her, and honestly, sometimes I believed her. But then Kayla would show me screenshots, texts, a voicemail. Or so I thought. I confronted Emily, she'd cry, get defensive, and then shut down. She's always been like that: quiet, sensitive, internal. I started punishing her. Took her phone. Grounded her. Made her write apology letters. She refused at first, said it wasn't fair. But I said, sometimes we have to take responsibility even when it hurts. God, I cringe just remembering saying that. The worst was what happened on Kayla's birthday. Vanessa planned a big family dinner, grandparents, cousins, everyone. Kayla told Vanessa that Emily had locked her out of the bathroom and laughed at her outfit, claimed she'd called her a wannabe influencer. Vanessa was livid, said we couldn't just let Emily keep abusing Kayla. So I made Emily stand up in front of the entire family and apologize, not just to Kayla but to everyone for not being a good sister. She cried while saying it. Her voice cracked. And when she sat down, she didn't eat a single bite the whole night. Afterward, I went to check on her. She was curled up in bed, headphones in, eyes red. Emily, I said, we're just trying to help you be a better person. She didn't respond. She didn't speak to me for 3 days. Over the next few months, her behavior changed completely. She stopped drawing. Emily had always been an incredible artist ever since she was 6. She'd draw on napkins, in her notebooks, on the margins of her homework. But after that night, she stopped completely. Her bedroom, once filled with colors and sketches, slowly became gray: blank walls, closed curtains, silence. Her grades dropped. She stopped sitting with us for dinner. She barely looked at me. And still, I thought she was just being dramatic. Kayla, meanwhile, played the perfect role. Sweet, polite, helpful. She'd bake cookies with Vanessa, help clean up after dinner, compliment my shirts. And every time Emily withdrew further, I told myself, Kayla's trying, why is Emily? There was one night, I'll never forget it. Emily had just come home from school. I was on the phone with Vanessa when I heard a crash from the hallway. I rushed out. Kayla was crying, holding her elbow, saying Emily shoved her into the wall. Emily stood nearby, completely calm. I didn't touch her, she said, she tripped. Vanessa rushed in and started yelling. I snapped. I shouted at Emily, so loud the neighbors probably heard. You don't get to treat people this way, you're not a victim, you're just mean. She didn't respond, just walked past me, slow and quiet, into her room. I never realized how much damage my words were doing. Then, one day, Vanessa and Kayla went to visit Vanessa's sister out of town for the weekend. It was just Emily and me at home for the first time in a long time. I wanted to take the opportunity to fix things. I ordered her favorite takeout. Put on a movie we used to watch when she was younger. Tried to start a conversation. She barely spoke. Eventually I asked, "Emily, do you hate me?" She looked at me not with anger, not with sadness, but with numbness. She said, "I don't hate you, I just don't trust you." I asked her why. She looked straight into my eyes and said, "Because you believed a stranger over me, over and over again." She stood up and went to bed. I sat on the couch for hours that night, staring at nothing. It was the first time I began to wonder, what if she's right? Everything changed the following week. I received a call from the school counselor. She asked to meet privately. I assumed it was about Emily. But it was. She showed me several reports, not about Emily but Kayla. Apparently, Kayla had been bullying other girls, verbally, emotionally, even physically. There was an incident where she'd locked another girl in a bathroom and laughed about it on Snapchat. And more importantly, they had evidence that she had been forging screenshots, using editing apps to create fake texts, including the ones she'd shown Vanessa and me. And worse, a teacher caught her trying to plant a stolen necklace in Emily's locker. When I got home, I did confront Kayla or Vanessa. I went to Emily's room. She wasn't there. I found her in the garage, curled up on an old blanket behind a stack of boxes. She was crying, not loudly, just silently, tears streaming down her face like she didn't even feel them anymore. "Emily," I whispered. She looked at me like I was a stranger. I knelt down beside her. "I'm so sorry," I said, "I believe you now." She didn't respond. That night I told Vanessa everything. Showed her the school reports. She refused to believe it. Said the school was wrong, that Emily must have manipulated them somehow. I couldn't take it anymore. I told her to leave. She screamed, packed her things, called me names I won't repeat, and left with Kayla the next morning. I thought that was the start of healing. But the damage had already been done. Emily didn't move back into her room. She stayed in the guest room. She still barely spoke. I offered therapy, she refused. I tried small gestures, breakfast in bed, buying her new art supplies, writing her letters. Nothing brought her back to who she used to be. One night I asked her if she could ever forgive me. She said, "Forgiveness isn't the hard part, it's trust. I don't know if I'll ever trust you again." It's been almost 2 years. We've come a long way, but it's not the same. She draws again now, but her art is different, darker, more symbolic. She moved in with her mom full-time 6 months ago. We talk occasionally. She sends me her art sometimes. I hang every piece. But she hasn't said, "I love you" in years. The last drawing she gave me was of a girl standing on a cliff. Behind her, a father figure with his back turned, blindfolded. In front of her, a stormy sky, but also a bridge broken in the middle. On the bottom it just said, "You looked the wrong way when I needed you most." That one's framed above my desk. Not because I like it, but because I need to remember. Every day. And arrow final message. To any parent listening. Please don't assume. Don't project. Don't let someone else's performance blind you from what your child is trying to say, even when they say it quietly or not at all. Because silence sometimes says more than words ever could. And once the damage is done, there's no guarantee you'll get a second chance to fix it.